Dad in the Rock reacts to Star Wars Andor. This is Sean.
And this is Chris.
And tonight we are reacting to the latest Star Wars show on Disney Plus, Andor. If you're not familiar with Dad in the Rock, we do these kind of things all the time. We do trailer reactions. So all the big trailers that come out, whether it's something, a new streaming show or something that's going to hit the theater, we're probably going to react to it. And then we do after shows. So I know coming up, we're this month actually, Netflix is going to start Sandman, which you're super excited
I'm
for.
so pumped for that one.
We'll be covering that. We'll be covering Lord of the Rings, the new Game of Thrones, all kinds of stuff. So be sure to stay tuned to the channel.
A lot of content. So hit that like, hit that subscribe so you don't miss any of it.
What do you think, Andor, man? This has kind of been off my radar a little bit. Like I knew it was gonna be happening. I knew they were filming it and stuff, but I mean, Rogue One was kind of a one and done. I didn't think any of the characters really kind of warranted their own show. But then the last trailer, I saw like how this is kind of a larger story about the formation of the rebellion.
And that's the fun part. I mean, like we always seen, the glorious side of what was going on. So the part of Rogue One that I really enjoyed was the dirty, grimy side that we were seeing. So there's got to be two sides. There's no way there could be one without the other.
Yep.
So you want to jump in and watch it and kind of talk about what we've seen?
Let's do it.
That's cool.
To steal from the Empire? To just walk in like you belong? They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house. Cassian Andor. The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real? I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it
Saw Gerrera.
war.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting. You're in my net. Are you a fish? Or are you a thief?
You're slipping.
I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long. As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
This is what revolution looks like.
I'm tired of losing.
Three episodes.
Oh, I
It's
missed
starting to
that.
become a thing. They're dumping like multiple episodes on day one.
Oh, it's gonna have three. I wonder what the total episode count is.
That I am not sure. Yeah, they just said 3 episodes. September 21st.
That's great, though. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I mean, like, okay, what I love about this so far is that it looks like 1977 A New Hope Star Wars. Like the hair, the fashion, like the backgrounds, the sets. Like this feels, you could tell like this was a lot of real sets. They didn't just shoot this in the volume. Like,
Yeah. This was on location type shooting.
yeah, and it looks it. Like sometimes I guess, the volume's been kind of a crutch here recently, especially around the pandemic for them to actually put content out. But
Yeah.
I mean, that looked as good and as cinematic as Rogue One did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, I'm a big. I think I've said it before. Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars movies,
Yeah.
and I think it's because it's almost a standalone property. It's one of
Mhm.
those things. It had a beginning, an ending, a middle, and an end, and that was
Right.
that. We knew that their characters weren't going to be any further than that point. But
Yeah.
now we're getting a little bit before this, and we're seeing Saw Gerrera, seeing Forest Whitaker play Saw Gerrera again.
Yeah,
I
how
got
cool was that?
chills
I know, it's
when I
cool.
seen that. That was awesome. My question is, if we're seeing Saw Gerrera, who was with Saw Gerrera? Think about that for a second. Jen
Uh,
Erso.
oh, yeah, like a younger Jyn Erso. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
she was with him. And this show is supposed to span like a 5-year period of time. Like each season is supposed to be so many years.
Yes.
So they can very easily bring her back in the mix, and she's with him before she is abandoned by him. And that's where it picks up in Rogue
Right.
One.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, and I could see her coming back for that role if it's even just for an episode or something, that would be cool.
That I mean,
Uh,
I want to see K2SO. I think we're
yeah.
not going to get him for a while, but I think we're going to get him a little closer to the end. I'm
I'm
pumped for
interested to
this.
see who this one character is played by the father Skarsgård. He's actually Bill Skarsgård's dad. I don't know if it's Peter Skar. Anyway, he's been in movies for a long time. He plays in Marvel. He plays in the Thor movies. Helvig, the main
Yeah,
scientist. That was Jane Foster's boss there for a
yeah.
bit. But yeah, he was in this trailer a lot. I'm curious, like who his character is, and learning more about him. He seemed cool.
That's gonna be fun. I like seeing the political deal. Mon
Yes.
Mothma,
Yes.
and when we seen the actual like the Senate,
Yeah.
that was cool. I mean, there was a few spots in this trailer that gave me chills, and
Right.
that was one of them. I love that. I know a lot of people are like politics, Star Wars. I don't want to see that. So I want to see lightsabers and fighting. I
We
like the
get so much
political
of that
intrigue.
though. Like yeah, let's get a show with some politics.
Yeah, I would love to see a full-fledged political thriller out of
Yes.
Star Wars because it's there. It's possible to do. If Marvel can do it with uh was it Captain America Winter Soldier,
Right.
why can't we get something like that in Star Wars where it's ingrained in the story, but they're just scared to touch it?
And you have room here to focus on some characters that only appeared in kind of the background of the original. Like Mon Mothma, kind of blink and you miss a scene in Return of the Jedi, and then of course she was in the prequels a little bit more. But I'm like fascinated to get a perspective, like her perspective into this world of
I
Coruscant and the Senate.
I blame
And
Mon Mothma for the fall of the actual Empire.
oh
I mean,
yeah,
fall of the Republic.
oh like the original Republic.
Yeah, because she was the one. Oh no! I'm sorry. When she
Oh,
took
the New
over,
Republic
the New
after the
Republic
fall of the
before the
Empire.
actual First Order took over.
You're getting into book stuff.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I mean, she was always against a defense force.
right.
So when they had no defense, yeah, I'm getting deep. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me not to. But uh, I I like that shot when that girl was looking up and the Star Destroyer was going over her.
Right, yeah.
That was, I mean, those shots, what we got used to only seeing in animation. So
Yeah.
seeing live action like that, it's pretty awesome.
The cinematography, like, the depth of field, like, I said it before, but it's like it feels bigger than when they shoot stuff in the volume, like, no, I mean, it sounds like a crap, but, like, The Mandalorian, it looks good, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's no doubt about it that that stuff
But
looks
there's scenes
good,
you can
but
tell.
this is like theater, like, this looks like it should be in a theater, so, yeah, I'm interested to see. So, when I first heard that they announced this, I wasn't quite, thrilled because, like I said, I mean, this is a character one and done. I know how he dies. That's always kind of difficult. How much can I really invest in a character if I know what his ultimate fate is? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think they're just using Andor as kind of a main protagonist to show us this time period and the formation of the rebellion, a larger story. Do you think we'll see Bail Organa at all? I mean, I feel like we'd have to at some point.
Yeah, I feel like we have to. I
Yeah,
don't think there's any way we wouldn't. But I think they've got to be very careful. They got to walk a line.
right.
They got to be careful of not giving us too much fan service in place of story. If the story goes and it fits one of these characters that we know in there, fine. I think it's great. Like
Right.
Mon Mothma makes sense to see in the story because she's on the inside.
Yeah.
Bale, honestly, yeah, no, I come to think of it, it would make sense because he is an ally of Mothma within the Senate.
Right. He's one of the few within the Senate that they're on the same page. They're whispering in the shadows, that kind of thing, and hiring people like Andor to complete some backdoor missions for him. So that which is all like, hey, political intrigue and spying and all that kind of cool stuff in the Star Wars universe. So you've got the threat of an Emperor Palpatine coming down on you. Like,
Could
that's
we
pretty
see a
scary.
young Leia?
That's what I was wondering. I don't know if I think maybe. Well, no. You know what? I'll probably say no because I know that they filmed this a while ago, and I think the post production just kind of took a while, and we didn't get that breakout star. The little girl that played her.
But she would
Um,
have to be older to be in this.
yeah,
So it
she
would have
would
to be a
have to
different
be.
actress.
Yeah, and one. See, I don't know if they want to touch being close to Carrie Fisher's age in the first one. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably. I would say probably not. But
You're more likely right. I just know that the relationship between Leia, Mothma, and Bail was a big
yeah,
part of that story.
right.
So, I mean, it would probably be safe to say that they wouldn't touch it, but I wouldn't begrudge them if they did.
Do we get mention of like the ghost or what was
Oh,
Ahsoka's
Hera?
call sign?
Oh, Falcrum.
Yeah, Fulcrum. Yeah, like any basically tie-ins with Rebels.
I would like just references.
Right. Yeah.
I don't need to see anything. I would love to see. I would love to hear someone call for the ghost and
Yeah.
hear Hera over the intercom.
Right.
You say, oh, what's the squadron name? I'm rewatching it too. I'm blanking on the squadron name, but they're doing this mission. They're pulling something off for Bail Organa, some humanitarian deal.
What about Syndulla's father? Wasn't he kind of big in the formation of the rebellion too? Hera's dad. I forget his first
Yeah,
name.
all
But
he was really doing is looking to basically free Ryloth.
yeah.
So once everything fell, he was just more concerned with freeing Ryloth. He didn't care much more about Ryloth. Now there was a storyline that brought him a little more into the rebellion during Rebels, but I don't know if he really truly got into it too deeply.
Yeah, well, either way, we're absolutely going to get some references of characters we already know. We're absolutely going to learn and be introduced to new characters, which I'm excited about also. And pardon us, if you know the channel, then we're deep cut fans when it comes to Star Wars. So a trailer like this, we're gonna geek over a bit. But yeah, the one last mention here, it's been pushed. Originally, this was going to be released the last day of August. And now it's been bumped like 3 weeks to September 21st, which I'm actually kind of thankful for because we have a lot coming up here.
It's going to give us a
in
little more
August.
time to breathe. There's a lot coming out, and I don't think because it's Star Wars, I don't think it'll get buried. But if they can move it just a little bit, it would avoid certain things. I mean, you got some big properties coming out, so you got some heavy hitters.
Yep.
And it's a Star Wars property, but it's not I could see them putting, even though it didn't go over as well, I can see them putting an Obi-Wan against House of Dragon and Lord of the Rings.
Right.
But a unknown character or just known in one, I don't see them, risking that. And it's not very often you see a Star Wars property moved.
That's true. Usually it's Star Wars that's moving other things around.
Yeah. So it's just, I'm not sure how to take it, but if they want to give it its own time to breathe, it's probably a smart thing.
Yeah, that's fine by me. That means we'll get to embrace these characters and not be distracted by other stuff, which is fine. It's Star Wars, baby. So September 21st is when 3 episodes drop on Disney Plus. Be sure to stay tuned for that. We'll be talking about the show, of course. It's going to be another one that we'll be watching with you guys and talking about here on the channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Just look for Dad and Rock. You'll be able to find us. Search for us on all the platforms. Chris is doing a bunch of TikTok content. Of course, you can watch our live streams on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter as well.
And if you caught something that we missed, like I think we saw Maz.
Maz Kanata?
Yeah. But I'm not sure if we did or not, because it looked like it may have been a male of the same species.
Oh, yeah, I did see. Yeah.
So cool. If you caught anything that we didn't see, drop it in the comments. Let us know, and we'll respond. We love every bit of feedback and back and forth that we can come by.
Yeah, this will be a trailer that I'll be watching again and again and again.
and again, absolutely. Okay, guys, we know that's a good time and a good place for us to go ahead and say, may the force be with you.
See ya.